So we are live. Welcome everyone, my beautiful, beautiful tribe, Kind Human Tribe. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm so blessed that we get so many of these amazing calls together and we get to spend all this time together. And Alison, I know, had the most back-to-back day today, but she would never miss this call and helping us guys out for the world. So we've been brainstorming and we thought, what a great opportunity at the beginning of the month that we can all get together and share our whys, our ever-changing whys, because it is such an important part of what we do. I've rambled on a little bit about it before we started this call, but our why keeps us in the game on the hardest days. It reminds us while we're here. And I'd love, Alison, if you would like to share any wisdom about whys, and then we have a couple of hands up before we can start sharing.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Well, there's so many different whys, right? Like, and our why does change. And so when I first started this, of course, my why was the healing. So it was like all about, I came into this to heal myself. And then it was, as I started healing, my why became that I can help others heal, because I saw others suffering with the same things I had just been healing from. And then when I started to become really successful in this, my why shifted to my success means I can help others like me become successful. So where I'm at, and then, really, so that's what drives me to my success, is to show others that they can too, and to show others that they can heal. And now, I mean, it's bigger because there's like so many, we realize that like our dreams of, being able to homeschool our kids, being able to create community, being able to buy land to save it, being able to create an animal sanctuary. I know so many of us are empaths and like earthers. And so it's, I think, there's like that why element of being able to heal the world. And so it's really like a bigger purpose that drives me every day, and that's what keeps me motivated and not finding excuses, and just so happy to be doing this, so grateful, is because it's bigger than me, it's bigger than us.
Thank you. And yes, exactly, it's bigger than us, and we need to remember that. And a wise man once told me, as in a few days ago, our darling Eric, we need to start with our why before we get into our how. So we need to start with our why. When we can figure out the why is when we can start to figure out how we get into the why. And he has just dropped us a Simon Sinek explanation of why we need to start with the why first. So that's in the comment, in the chat below, if you guys want to download that, share that with any of your brand partners. But we should launch straight, and we have so many hands up already, Hal. So Angela was the first to raise her hand. Please do unmute yourself, babe.
Aloha. Hi, everyone. My why is to get out of cold ass Connecticut. It is 20 degrees here and I'm cold and I want to get out of here. It's to help others with the wisdom I've been blessed with over the last 18 years. So I've had a lot of trials and tribulations with my health and my mental health. And I've learned so much with TCM and energy work and Purium, and just being a student of my TCM doctor. So I just want to share the wisdom with others. And now that I see my worth and love myself more, I see that I do have value that I can give to others and that people just don't know about and are looking for. So that being said, we're providing content that is valuable to others. So I know, like, acupressure points or qigong or just different things I could do. So I just want to be more comfortable and more skilled at doing like reels and stuff, putting myself out there, and then help others break the zero and live the best life of their dreams, to support their families, especially single moms and those struggling with their health and mental health. And like I said before, to be in the tropics on the beach with all the beautiful, like-minded, heart-centered people like yourselves, and swimming with the sea turtles and dolphins. Like I'm there, like I'm on the beach, I'm working on the beach, and I'm swimming in the ocean. I'm just not there. I'm there, but I'm not there. So That's my why, and I'm turning it into my how.
Oh, guys, thank you so much, Angela. Did you hear that detail? She was already there, and that's key in the why. You have to be there already. You have to squeeze, yes, Chris, squeeze the juice out of it. Get detailed. How many people do you want to help? I hear a lot of people saying, I used to say, I want to help loads of people. And now, you know what, I've fine-tuned it to just a million people. That's the amount of people I want to help. So completely achievable. That's what we're going to do. So get specific, write it out as many times as you need to. Sticky notes, vision boards, but get specific. I want you to be able to taste the salt from the sea in your mouth. I want you to feel it, because the more you can get there in your mind, the quicker you're going to achieve that and get there. And that's such a noble and amazing why, Angela. Thank you so much for sharing. Like, so many of my whys too, so resonant with all of mine. I think a lot of us have some similar bits and bobs in there, but thank you so much for jumping out and sharing straight away. And now, my love, Rena, please unmute yourself.
Hi, Alice. Hi, everyone. I hope you're all okay. Sorry, I'm already getting emotional. A few people on this call already know I've had an extremely difficult week. I've been looking after my mum, who's very poorly, and my why, this has given me the fire in my belly towards my why, because, you know, I want to share these incredible superfoods with everyone and, you know, show people how healing they are, how they can help your health, and they can prevent you from getting into the situation that my mom's currently in. And, you know, I just want to share with everyone as well that I've actually managed to get my mom on the green juices. She's been super resistant for so long since I've started this, so she's on the green juices. I just made her some apothecary as well, so hopefully that helps her sleep, because she's not been sleeping. But yeah, that's my why. Basically, I want to help people so they don't get as ill as my mom has been. And yeah, thank you guys.
Rena, we love you so much, and I know everything that you've been going through, and you are still showing up for your people and still finding time for yourself and your mum. And we just are all sending you like all of the love that we can possibly muster to you and your mum, because, and just thank God that she is given in and she's letting you give her these foods, because you know it's going to help. And darling, if you need anything, we're all here, and you're so brave. You're so brave and inspiring, and I
She
love
hasn't
you.
got a choice. She's got to have the superfood. She's got to do as I tell her.
That's right. That's right. You know best, and you're so amazing. And I just, working with you is just one of the lights of my life. So I love you so much, and we're all behind you. I'm here no matter what you need, darling. Thank you so much for coming on. Thank you for sharing and coming on here, darling. And Mark, my love, Mark, please unmute yourself.
Hey, hello, good evening, guys. Good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Firstly, I just want to say a big thank you, because, like, to everybody in the team, and especially everybody in my immediate like upline, especially over the, I'll be totally honest in this, since we're all sharing, like, I'm sure you've all noticed I've been quiet on the run up to Christmas. I've been kind of in my own little world and had, you know, so much going on, the same as many people, and I say that, but that's why I'm actually really pleased that we're having this call as well about whys, because that's something that I've been having to do a lot of work on myself in the last, like I say, in that run up to Christmas. And like you said, like making, how do we make our why, or how? I spent a lot of time with Chloe, which I'm so grateful for example, like talking that over. How do it, I was feeling a lot of stuff inside of me, but I wasn't really sure how to portray it. How do I like do what we're doing? How do I share these wonderful superfoods with the world? How do I tell people about this community? How do I make my image, if you like? How do I want my business to look? I was stressing myself out about so much, about how I do it, without actually, like you say, focusing and back in on why I'm doing this. So yeah, if I was to share anything with everybody, like with anybody from my own experience that I found in the last few weeks, is if you're struggling with anything, focus back on the why, because it's so important, you know. So my own personal whys is, and which I can see much clearer now from doing this work, is that I really want to continue on and focus with helping people with their mental health, and you know, continuing my own growth and journey with that, and supporting people, and helping people step away from the paradigms of the world that we're in at the moment, and really pushing. Like I've started this week with another launch event, you know, and let's say this work has helped me to focus that and channel it and go, what is it that I'm really trying to do? Well, I really want to help society as a whole. And, you know, like Alison just said there, I want to help the world. I said that to Eric quite recently as well on a training call. I literally want to help 7.7 billion people on this planet. And yeah, I feel it's possible as well now, and especially from the call last night. I stayed up for that last night, which was incredible. The incentives are there, and it's really helping me align more and more with the company as well. So yeah, if anybody hasn't seen that, I would definitely recommend it as well. So, but yeah, that's it really. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you so much for sharing. And Mark, like, we're not, when we start this, it's so new to everyone. You've got to learn a whole new business. You've got to learn a whole new mindset. You have to suddenly like listen to people and take on all this information, and you're doing brilliantly. Honestly, you're doing brilliantly. And I know that you have life going on and you're trying to figure so much out, and you're out of Indonesia and you want to be in Mexico, and it's all going to come. And I'm so glad that you and Chloe have been working so closely on your why, because I've seen how that shifted you, and you're doing so, like, you're making waves here. You don't even know yet how many waves you're actually making here and how incredible you are. You're going to help all the people that you want to help. You've just got to stick to your why and stick to your goals. That's all we've got to do. And, you know, stick with each other, because we're all figuring this out together, aren't we? We're all swimming along trying to figure it out together. But we have our family, and we have incredible mentorship here. Not only up but wide, like we all help each other out. But thank you, Mark, and I'm so proud of how you come, and I can't wait to come to your event on Friday. I'm stoked. So good, like you're keeping the momentum going. So thank you so much, always, but everyone on here as well, just being so vulnerable. Like, this is a safe space, so thank you. And so Sam and Rich, I've just had an amazing call with, and we just went over our whys. So now you get to share them with everyone else. So please unmute yourselves.
Hey everyone. Also, yeah, sending so much love, Rena, to you and your mom. So much. I hope she gets better very soon. So my why is very in alignment with what Allison was saying, actually, how, you know, this whole thing started with my own healing. And then I realized very quickly how powerful that these foods are. And my why in the beginning was simply just about getting these foods out to people and helping them to heal themselves, especially those who have been, you know, told by doctors and diagnosed with things that this is your life and this is what you're going to have to, you know, this is the quality of life you're going to have forever, and here's some pills. Like, I just want to help those people get out of that situation and to know that there is another answer, and that our bodies are powerful and can heal themselves. And then the business side of things in the community, like, evolved my why into seeing like how I can be successful, but now I want to help others be successful. And so it's become a lot of like leading a team and helping people to just like become leaders and to see that in themselves, because that's not something I ever seen in myself before. You know, I was very much so a good worker. I was a good employee, and I was very proud of that for some reason. But now I see that I have much more to give than what I was giving myself credit. And so I want to help people to see that in themselves as well. And, you know, now starting our like van life journey, the time and location freedom has become a big part of it, and sharing that with others. So it's very much so like I get some benefit from this, and then I want to share that with others, and then I feel I see more benefits and I want to share those with others. And it's just, that's how this has been evolving, and it's very like, it's beautiful because it happens very easily and quickly if you lean in and are coachable. And so I'm just, yeah, I'm that's my why, I guess. It's kind of confusing. I definitely need to package it better, but yeah.
All right. And for me, the big thing is the time and location freedom. I've spent so much of my life, you know, in a, I would call it a 9 to 5, but I've always been stuck in like a 7 to 8, 7 to 7 kind of, you know, like situation. And with the time and location freedom, that gives me a chance, you know, like I've been very programmed. I don't know, call it masculine programming, you know, been kind of a robot, you know, being a certain way most of my life. This is what I should be doing. This is how I should feel. And having the time and location freedom gives me a chance to take a step back and start focusing on myself spiritually, figuring out what makes me tick, and you know, start shedding those layers of masculine programming, I guess, you know, for lack of better words. And then, you know, also with that, a big piece of my why is my relationship, you know, with giving so much to a job and work and things like that. You know, I come home and I'm drained, and, you know, I have nothing left to give to my family, and that's not fair or right to them or to myself. So being able to, you know, have that time to work on my relationship and, you know, work on myself at the same time, and help other people do that, and, you know, shed those layers and show them that it's okay to be vulnerable, and, you know, let that shit go. And yeah, that's where I'm at.
Thank you guys. And oh, so much resonance with that. And Sam, I know you're refining it, but when you speak about it, when we did a live together and you talked about your why, I was like, who is this girl? Who's this girl? What's she channeling? What's she on? Because it was next level. So you need to have more faith that you can do that, because when you speak, it's like you just channel. It's incredible, and you have such a profound message. And Rich, I'm very excited to hear you're going to be working with Mark and going more in depth about like the masculine and how you need to work more with those woundings. That's so important. And I know that Kevin as well has been working on that a lot, and probably most men like Dan on this call. There might be other men on the call. I just can't see everyone. And I think that's so great. And everyone has been in a job where you haven't been able to give time to the relationships, right? The people that matter the most. And that's such a beautiful thing about what we do, is we get to prioritize those people, because we get to choose our time slots. So we can prioritize time with the people that we want to spend time with, because it has to be a priority. So even speaking to these things that to us, we say over and over again, and sometimes we forget how important it is to keep talking about this, because you don't never know who's going to be listening, and people every day are going to be following you guys, everyone here, as we grow, because people need to be following us. They're going to be so inspired. And every day, almost every day, we need to be saying our whys, like every day, even when we're like sick to death of it, we could say it in our sleep. We have no idea how profoundly impactful this is going to be to the people who are looking for this. And people are assigned to all of us. So thank you guys. Like, thank you for the work you're doing together. Like, so inspiring. Like, everyone on here is like, I get emotional on these calls. I really do. I'm like, who are these angels? But thank you so much again. And Georgie, thank you so much for putting up your hand, babe. Please unmute yourself.
Let me just, oh, here we go. Hey, hey everyone. Blessings and love to you all. Like, it's really nice being in this community, and that's a part of my why as well. You know, like, I've always really wanted to be in a community and around people that I resonate with, and this has just instantly given me that. You know, like, it started off with Chloe and just like meeting her and just the conversations we were having. I was like, this is the vibe, and it's just snowballed and it's just grown with everybody here. It's really cool. And another really big why for me that's already in play is just my absolute like love and service for Gaia, and, you know, raising humanity's consciousness. And this feels like the absolute like golden nugget, you know, to give for everybody, because it's available for it's accessible to everybody. You know, I'm someone that channels light language, and it's not really accessible to everybody because, you know, we've got barriers around that kind of stuff. You know, if we're not familiar with it, or certain spiritual beliefs, things like that, it's limitation. And this food, it gives everybody that chance to experience high vibrational resonance, but it's something that we all need. And that's what's my why is like so strong. It's like, yes, because this is the access point for everybody to truly receive, you know, divine frequencies, and alleviate themselves from, you know, physical suffering, spiritual suffering, you name it, you know. So that's my main why, and my personal why, I suppose, as well as the wanting the freedom, wanting the travels. You know, I've got the aspiration as well to travel in a van, and I haven't really felt confident enough, you know, to do that like on my own as well. But this week I've been looking for a van, because I'm just gonna do it. Like, I've got the energies just come in for me now to do it. So my why is already happening. That why is actually already creating this momentum, of things actually creating and happening in my life. The cycle that I was in has already started to spin and turn, and I feel like I'm in a new divine system now, which is with all of you guys, you know. So yeah, thank you, everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Georgie, and myself and Chloe had the absolute pleasure of seeing in our New Year's together with Georgie. We all went to Chloe's house and we talked about our goals and we drank superfoods. And this is the magic of Purium, right? We get to be together in the physical, and it's like a dream come true to see the new year in with these earth angels. And we're all going to be together soon. I know it. And it's like, it's happening. So the community that we also needed, because we all did, we're actually finding each other. And so what an absolute blessing to start 2022 with Chloe and Georgie in England. I was like, what is going on? What is this crazy vortex where we actually get to be together? Like, this is the reality that we're building, guys. Like, so this is just the beginning. Soon we're all going to be together. So thank you, Georgie. You're I love you so much, sister. You know how much I love you. Thank you so much for sharing. And now my darling Miss Chloe, who just left my house today, and I'm so sad.
I miss you, Alice.
I miss you.
I just want to quickly, first of all, just say, like, I love my team so much. I'm so proud of you guys, like, for all just stepping up on this call as well. Like, yes, yes, yes. And like, I throw so much at you, but you're always just like, okay, we're going to do this. Yes, let's do it. So like, I love and appreciate you all so, so, so much. And you too, Alice, thank you for having me. Oh my God, like, I'm still just like buzzing off our energy together. It's so good. And I'm just so glad we're having this call, because sometimes for me to like sit down on my own and channel my why, I resist doing it. And then as soon as I got on this call, I've just written down a whole list of like things that I've just been channeling, literally just that collective magic. So my why is that I want to break the mold of conditioning. And this is where Health Rebels comes from. You know, my whole life, I've been told what I have to do. I want to be the one that chooses what I do. I want to choose where I work, who I work with, who I surround myself with. I want to be the boss of my own life. I want to break that conditioning. Like, why should anyone tell me what I should do with my life? No. And I want to inspire every single person that I meet. Everyone that I meet. I want to be the wealthiest person in my whole family so that I can prove to them that the black sheep can do it their way. I want to have multiple homes in different countries and a healing center that I can invite people to come and share these healings with. I want to have the freedom to travel and roam wherever I want and just chase the sunshine. And I just want to continue to grow and be the best version of myself. And that's it. That's what I just channeled.
Not much then. Only little things.
Not much.
Yes, girl. Yes. That is the energy. That is the energy. It's like, when we get into this, we need to go live. When we're in this, like, I challenge you all after this call, go live and just share your why with everyone. Show them that this is possible, because this is the energy. This is the energy that creates worlds. And yes, Chloe, I know you're going to do all of those things. I'm going to be bloody with you. We're going to do it together, girl. And we all get to do this together. That is the magic of this. We all get to do this together, and we all can do it. Nothing is going to stop us, not with this energy. So thanks, girl. Thank you so much. And Catherine, my beautiful Catherine, please unmute yourself.
Hi, everyone. My why is shifting all the time, but my why started off with obviously my 9 to 5. I haven't actually had a paycheck since November, and I am standing for people in the government who have been subjected to mental health problems because of the processes and the red tape and all the bullshit that they have to go through when they're being abused, when they're being discriminated against, when they're being harassed and bullied by management even. So this is my biggest why right now. And while I'm doing that fight, I have the beautiful Purium family standing with me, supporting me, fueling me, giving me the nutrition and the just like, it's just awesome. Like, I don't even like, I'm just so blessed that like there was a shift in me over the Christmas holidays. I hadn't been paid. I ended up having a sniffle. My family disowned me for the Christmas holiday because I had a sniffle. I'm not vaccinated and all the stuff. So I was like locked in a room literally for 2 days at my mom's. And then I finally went home and I just started praying. And I was like, what am I doing? Like, what am I here for? And I'm here to relieve people of the traumas, the things that have held them back, because everything that's held me back, and I was in the matrix way too long, 19 years with the government, way too long, but now I know why I was there, because I am bringing a change. But my biggest why is to support, I say thousands and millions and even billions of people. That's where this is happening. Like there's going to be huge change. The shift that's going to happen, and it's already happening with all of us, and it's just going out, and the energy that's happening right now, we are in such a huge shift. And that shift happened for me over the Christmas holidays when I literally was at my end again. I was like, is this my life? I was not getting employment insurance. And I went to the doctor's office to get a doctor's note, because that's what I have to do to get my employment insurance, because my employer messed me over. So and they won't backdate it, which I was like, okay. And the lady was like, go to the welfare office. I was like, is this really my life right now? Like, are you kidding me? Go to the welfare office. I was like, no. So I am going to stop people from having to be in the system. This is what I'm here to do. I'm here to bring health and wealth and time freedom, location freedom, and just freedom. I'm here to free people, free myself, because I'm freeing myself first, and then I'm going to support others in their freedom and standing in their power, and know that they are enough, that they don't have to live in the worlds of other people, because we are free. We are free, sovereign beings, and we deserve to be here and live a beautiful life just like everybody else. So that's my why. It's kind of all over the place too, but
all I can say to that is fuck yeah, Catherine. That's all I can say to that. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you, because you know that you're here for bigger things, and you're here to make a big change. You're here to help people, and you are going to be the one that helps so many people see their worth. You know, from the minute I met you, I was like, this girl's here to do something big. So now's your time. It's January. We've got all of these incentives to hit our fast starts again. Use this, channel this energy, take everyone's energy, put it in a bubble and be like, I'm using this. This is my ascension fuel. We work together to do this. Yes, Alison, it's our time. It's our time. Believe it with all of your heart, all the oxygen in your friggin' body, that this is your time, because we can't keep giving our power away to these people. Thank you, Catherine. And we're going to work on your why and refine it, and just like everyone, we get to refine our whys and pack a punch with these. So good. Oh, yes. Kevin, I love you. Unmute.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. I want to say I love you guys so much, and I appreciate all your shares. And I really resonate a lot with Rena, her why. It kind of made me really kind of think about mine for a minute and kind of almost refine it for a minute, because I had originally my why was when my first thing I wrote down on my action plan, on my very first action plan, the very first why was I wanted to reverse my autoimmune disease and build vegan communities. It was kind of like the idea. And after I did that, I accomplished that in a sense. Like I moved to Belize. We've started a vegan community. We did that, so to speak. I reversed my autoimmune disease there. In my mind, I was like, it was kind of like that. Not that it was it, but I was like, what next? Like it evolved, right? And so I think the evolution kind of goes into the refinement to where it is now. And I would say that it started with my dad committing suicide. And that's when I really completely woke up. And that was when I had the deepest pain for myself. And after that happened, I felt almost like helpless, because it was like, how do you help that? And how do you help someone that did that? And then it made me think of how can I help others, right? And so after I was able to introduce my mom to this and see her be able to reverse her osteoporosis and get off 20 different medications and see her completely reverse it, it's in that situation of that my mom wouldn't have been here in my mind without this, right? And when I share it to my cousin, for example, he has 2 little girls, right? And he had diabetes and was overweight. And for him to be able to reverse that, he might have left his 2 little girls early. And so when I look to what happened to my sister after what happened to my dad and how I reacted and how she reacted, I think of how that damaging it is to lose your parent way too early. I think it's always hard losing a parent, but I think when you lose someone that is, lived a long life, let's say to 100 or something like that, you're like, they lived a good life, there's almost like an understanding. But when it's like in their 50s, 40s, you're just like, whoa, that's way too soon, right? And it can have traumatic effects. So for me, I think my why is really helping to people to prevent that from happening to them. And from a personal standpoint, I did really like what Georgie said, and it did make me think a little bit. And my why for personal is location and time freedom. I always loved traveling. From the minute I started traveling, I absolutely loved it. And everywhere I've been is just, I'm like intoxicated with new. Like I feel like I can't stay in one place for too long. I feel like I resonate with that with Alice as well. I'm like, I need to see something new. I need to go to a new place. I have to go. And so I love that. And even when I was a kid, I would run away. Like I literally would run away from home at times because I wanted to be free. Like I always felt like that inside of me, like I want to just get away kind of thing. And so I always loved being free. No one kind of telling me what to do and being able to travel where I want. So those are my personal ones.
Wow. Like Kevin, I'm just so I'm so blessed to know you, because I've watched as well you change so much in just a year. Like I'm just, from knowing you, it's like you knew Alison before I did, and you witnessed Alison's change. I got to witness yours, and you are literally one of the most inspiring people that I've ever met in my life. Like you give me life. I love you so much. I'm so blessed that you're like family to me. And just you're going to do such incredible things, and you speak for so many people all the time. And there aren't enough words for how much I love you, honestly. Like, thank you always just for being yourself and being so vulnerable, and you're already changing the world. So I love you, and we all love you. Thank you so much, Kevin. And Sonia, my love, please unmute yourself.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Alice. It's so great to be back on a video with everyone. I did take a little break just because there's a lot going on. I'm here in Quebec, and we're under another lockdown right now in Montreal. And I have my daughter, my 7-year-old daughter, and I have my other daughter who just had oh, she's 6, yeah, 6.5. Yeah, she's telling me, she knows. But yeah, so just family. And just talking about, yeah, I feel like the videos, for some reason, I was having a difficult time getting on videos. I was posting a lot of inspiring information and great sages and, you know, to help people look at the positive side of what's going on instead of, you know, getting caught up in all the fear that most people seem to be under, which is what's causing a lot of dis-ease and all of that. But I've been an activist my whole life. I totally resonate with empath and animal activism since I was like 12 years old. And I'm 48 now. And what my why at the beginning was just not feeling so great and having a lot of lethargy and just getting fed up with this society, with just like, where is the consciousness? What, like, why are so many people still asleep? And what am I doing on this planet? Like, I'm ready to go, you know, like I was really, really feeling that. I lost my business during COVID. I had a retreat center, wellness and yoga, and we had beautiful events going on and really high vibe. And then that all kind of came, like it disappeared basically. So I'm not a victim, and I don't like the whole victim, you know, like poor me and all that, but I've been through hell and back so many times in this lifetime. It's almost ridiculous. And I'm at a point where I'm like, okay, I can't do this alone anymore. Like, I'm tired of being alone in this because the family just, you know, if you're not vaxxed, if you're vegan, if you're like, you're just, you don't fit in, right? You're like the freak. And so I don't usually, that's the thing. This is why I haven't been able to get really authentic about what I'm going through. And I have 3 daughters. I'm sorry, but my 7-year-old is with me now. And yeah, I'm divorced. And because, you know, there's a point where you choose yourself, your sovereignty, and you can't pretend anymore, and you can't just play the game anymore, and you can't fit in, and you don't want to because your heart isn't there. And you're like, that's it, I'm done, you know? And so anyways, yeah, thank you, Eric. And Sherry, I love Sherry too, and Allison. I mean, you guys are choopty. Having a breakdown. It's not, breakdowns lead to breakthroughs. I know that so well now. So this is just one moment. And as we know, we all go through that. I saw my mother, I was with my mother when she passed away from cancer at 59, and how much self-deprecation and, you know, not taking care of herself and just not loving herself, right? And because strong women in our society have not been valued, and if they stand up, they're too loud, they're too, you know, or you're too this, you're too that. And that's it, like, that's it, that's here. We're here to be that change, to be that jump in the timeline where we say enough. These are not our leaders. They do not represent me. These are psychopaths. They're poisoning us on purpose, and I'm fed up with it. And I want to keep at least 1 daughter out of 3 that I don't lose, because I've lost my other 2 daughters. My 23 and 21-year-old, they have rejected me. They, you know, they believe what the TV tells them, what their father tells them. So there's a point where it's like, you know, that's it. I've had enough. And if I can at least keep 1 that I brought in and I'm responsible for, because I feel like I didn't maybe do enough for the other ones, but every soul is making their own choice. And that's what I've had to understand also, is that you can't force change anything onto anyone, as much as your heart is hurting for them to be hurting, because the disease is not normal. And we need to, you know, that's it, break through. And we're doing this as a community. And I'm finally feeling like, okay, you know, we can do this with a whole bunch of people all over the globe that feel interconnectedness and the oneness and transcending you know, borders and nation states and colonial patriarchy once and for all. So that's my speech.
Sonia, we are all with you. Oh my goodness, thank you so much for sharing. And you know, it's always safe to share here. We completely understand you. We're all on this same mission with you, and you're so brave. You're so brave. I can't fathom what you've been through, but we are here and we stand with you through this. We're all here because we seek the same change as you, and never ever feel alone. Please, always, I'm always here for you. We're all always here for you, love. And you're not crazy, and you shouldn't be banished. And they're the ones, you know, it's sad for them that they don't get to have you in their lives. You've got to keep doing you. And I can't imagine what you've been through, but we are changing the paradigm because we are literally standing up and going, no more. So thank you for being a part of
so
that.
much.
I
Thank
love
so
you.
much.
Yeah, you're so strong.
I love all of you. Thank you for being the angels you are, and we're doing this. So thank you.
We are. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing. We are doing this, and there's a lot of us now, and our voices are getting louder, huh? Because we're all learning to use our voices more, because we need our voices to be heard right now more than ever. Thank you so much. And Kiev, beautiful Kiev, please unmute yourself.
I couldn't find the unmute button. Hi. I feel like I'm a little overwhelmed with emotions. So speaking after Sonia. Thank you, Sonia. Thank you for that so much. Thank you for sharing everything you've been through. And I resonate so much with some of what you said and a lot of what Kevin said. And yeah, it's wild. And I'm thinking about what you're saying, and I want to cry, and I'm going to cry, and I'm trying to not to cry because every time I get on these calls and I speak, I cry. Okay, my why has always been to be able to spend time that I want with the people that I care about, you know, and the pandemic has obviously made that difficult. But that aside, work-wise, I've always worked for myself. I haven't fallen into the trap of 9 to 5 and being an employee. And so I work for myself. The thing about working for yourself, though, and starting your own company is that you invest a lot of money and invest a lot of time. When you start your own business, you invest so much of your time and so much of your money. And as great as it is, because I have the freedom to work when I want, I have the freedom to, you know, I have a 5-year-old and I have a baby on the way that I'm expecting in a couple weeks. And I have the freedom to, you know, be home, and that's great because I work for myself. But the thing is, I'm not getting a maternity leave, right? I'm still like, I'm a one-man show. I'm doing everything, right? So I'm still gonna have to go into work, and I'm still gonna have to go do all that. And you spend a lot of time. And I think one of my biggest whys has always been to be able to be with my kids, to show my kids that you can do anything that you want. You know, that's how my mom was with me, and that's how I plan to be with my kids as well, you know? And so being a jeweler and like running that business does take a lot from me. And as great as it is, I'm still like a prisoner of my own freedom almost. And so what's so beautiful about Purium is that you have the time freedom, you've got the location freedom at very, very, very little costs. And so that was like my first why. And then when I started building a team, the why just gets deeper in that you start helping other people on a physical health level, and you start helping them on a financial level as well. And when you start changing lives like that, you're like, all I had to do was share these products with you. And like, that's amazing. You know, I have so many stories of people on my team that, you know, I have a single mother who was living in her parents' house, and because of Purium, she was able to move out, because she found the financial stability to do that. So when you hear stories like that, and that you've led them there, you're like, oh my God, this why is getting so much bigger. I have to help everybody achieve that and find that freedom. And because when people are free like that and they can break free like that, break free from anything, they're happy and they'll share that, right? And that's the energy that we want to share throughout the world, because I think the world is being guided by a bunch of people that are very, very miserable with their lives, right? So to me, that's what's so important. It's like people need to live the life that they want so that they're happy and they share that and spread that, And so I think, yeah, I need to like also package my whys better, but definitely, spending time with my kids, time and location freedom, just like you, Kevin. Like I've traveled my entire life. Traveling is a huge thing. And now we're a family of 4 almost. And we bought a bus in September and we're converting our bus into our home and we're hitting the road.
Oh, I think we've lost you. But that was so beautiful. I wanted to hear what was happening next. Well, hopefully she'll be able to come back in. But while we wait for that, we have about 10 minutes left. So if anyone else would like to share, or Eric, I was about to call on you anyway. Thank you.
Oh man, I'm getting super teary-eyed over here just hearing everyone share their whys. And it's so interesting how when we share something that we're so deeply connected to, like our why, we get so passionate, filled with emotion. And think about, as you guys have heard people share their whys, any of you get a little teary-eyed today? Put a 1 in the comments if you just got a little tear in your eye as you heard someone's why. Yeah. You know why? Because it hits you right here. It hits you in the heart. And see, this is where we make decisions. It's right here. It's not right here. It's not. We actually make the decision here first. And then our brain confirms what we just felt in our heart. So why is it that when we're talking to prospects and we're talking to our brand partners, sometimes we're trying to appeal to them so much on a cerebral level? Like we're trying to come at them with like these facts and figures, and I'm going to convince them with reason and logic, when that means absolutely nothing to the human mind, absolutely zero, because it simply only confirms what's right here. Okay, so we are sometimes talking to the wrong side of the brain. So I love when people say, well, I need to give my prospect all these grams of this and all that. Guess what, guys? They've already made their decision. So you're just basically, you're just their brain is going to confirm the decision they've already made, which is right here. When we talk to this heart to heart, it moves us to decisions. And so many of you may have been moved this afternoon by hearing your peers share their whys. So connect with your why and then get comfortable sharing it with not just us here in this safe environment. Get really comfortable, so comfortable sharing it that you can share it even with strangers. And you can do that. You can do that when you get comfortable enough with it, because those strangers, those prospects out there, they need to hear how deeply you're connected to your why. That's oftentimes what's going to move them to make their decision. I connected to my why, and it's evolved in the past 10 years. It started off with a lot of selfish reasons, like I wanted to eventually, have the location and time freedom we've talked about. I've heard that from today, and leaving my corporate job. And then it's like evolved because I've already accomplished that. I've already made break the zero income, already making, the income from my business now will pay me dividends for the rest of my life. So I don't have to work anymore. I never have to work again for the rest of my life. I've already accomplished that. I make great money until the day I die. And guess what? Whoever my estate goes to, I hope I have some kids before it's over so I can pass this wealth on to them. But whoever it goes to, guess what? It's going to benefit them as well. And I hope that this wealth is passed on for many, many generations to come. I would love it. So what's next? What's next? Well, when you've accomplished everything you personally want to accomplish, you know what? You have no other choice but to turn to other people. I've done everything that I want to accomplish. There's nothing else I want. Honestly, there's nothing else I want. My goal now is for all of you to get what you want. That's my goal. That's the one thing that to me is worth more than money itself. It's worth more than the greatest, biggest Purium paycheck I could ever get. Now, here's the cool thing though. In order for me to help you get all of those things that you want and for you guys to chase your whys, I need to grow my paycheck. I need to grow my paycheck because the only way I am going to be able to help you guys get to where you want, to where I'm at right now, okay, is I'm going to have to expand where I'm at. Do you guys understand that? Like, I can't help you get to where I'm at right now unless I go to the next level. Just the way it works. So what's going to happen as you guys get to this point now, I'm going to end up moving on up, right on up the pay plan, which is okay with me. It's okay with me because that's just more wealth to redistribute back into our system. See, what we're doing is we're using the system to actually beat the system. It's the beauty of this business model. So my why is fully wrapped up in you guys achieving your why. Do you know that every time I see, we had 9 rank advancements last month, and every time I see one of those achievements, I get fired up. I feel like I've gotten a little bit closer to my why. Every time you guys declare your ranks and say, you know, you're at executive right now and you say, I want to go for diamond. And I've gotten so many messages in the past 24 hours of people saying, I want to go for diamond and I want to go beyond diamond, but I want to go to the next step. I want to hit futurist, or I want to get to executive, whatever that point is. That gets me a little closer to my why. So you guys may or may not realize this, but every time you guys get a little closer to your why, you're helping me get closer to my why, because my why is for you to achieve your why. It really is. I've already done this stuff. I've already traveled all over the world. Look at my map, guys. Flip this around so you guys can see. Each one of those pins is a place I've been to in the world. And I can't say I've been to every single spot in the world, but I've seen a lot of it already. I'm good. I'm good. I've seen a lot of the world. There's always more places to see, but I've seen a lot of it. I've already created life-changing generational wealth for myself and future generations. It's already happened. I've broken the zero. And now I enjoy helping others do the same. And I will continue to be driven. It's not even about money for me. Although money allows me to live an incredible lifestyle and help more people achieve it, it's really about achieving freedom and having options. And that's what I love doing. So you may, starting out like me when I started 10 years ago, you may have whys that, you know, are important to you right now, but at some point, let your why shift to helping more people achieve what maybe you've already achieved once you achieve it. Okay, shift that. You know, it's why so many billionaires, did you notice how they end up giving it all away at some point? All the billionaires, pretty much all the billionaires in the world, they've already switched over to philanthropy of most of their wealth. Why? Why do they do it? Why do they work so hard to earn it and then give it all away? Does that make sense? It does actually make a lot of sense, because there is more happiness in giving than in receiving. And that kind of giving is something that's priceless. So people say, sometimes people have an issue with money and like, oh, well, you know, like, why would you want to achieve wealth? Because it gives you the ability to help more people. And that is something that is literally priceless. So why do I want to achieve wealth? Because I want to help more people. I want the ability to help more people than I could if I had less wealth. It's just what wealth gives you the ability to do that. There's a lot of different ways that you can help people when you're wealthy. And it's not just with money, because what being wealthy really means is having control over your time. Say that again. What being wealthy means is having control over your time. So people say, yeah, well, when you're wealthy, you're able to give a lot of it away and help people in different ways financially. But I'm going to also say it allows you to dedicate more time to the people that you want to dedicate the time to. See, what it does is it detaches you from this attachment to time. Like we're so controlled by time. What wealth does is it allows you to have control over time, and you control it. And by doing that, you can help more people. Once you have more control over your time, you can help more people. And then you become more wealthy. Isn't that interesting how it works? Like a full circle. So my why is to help each and every one of you to achieve your why, to get through this, get through all of the different ranks of the pay plan. Of course, it's never going to stop. Okay, so the more people we help do that in 2022, the closer I'm going to get to my why. So it's all wrapped up in other people. And I want a new electric Hummer, but that's on the side. All right, guys, I love you guys. I'm getting a new Hummer this year. Love you guys.
We're getting jets. We need to fly. Electric jets. Love you so much. Thank you so much, Alice and Eric and everyone who shared today. And oh my goodness, we are just so grateful for all of you and all of our collective mission here. So sending so much love. Thank you all. See you guys tomorrow. Well, see you tonight on Leslie. Yay. And tomorrow on with Eric.
Love you all so much.
Love
Remember,
you. Love you
tag your
guys.
brand partners. This is going to be recorded and saved. Make sure people see this call. Thank you so much. Love you all.
Love you.
Bye.